I was asked only last night to come here because Dr. Wong is not able to be here with you this morning. Is there anybody here who cannot understand English? Please put up your hand. None. Oh, I see. You speak Malay? I have a problem. The rest can understand, so I think somebody will have to explain to her. Um, as Reverend put it, it's a long time ago that I came to this temple. I have been associated with the other temple at Brickfields. I've been with Reverend Amananda before. Now, I don't know where to begin because this is the first time I'm meeting you. But I'll put it this way. You may want to know how to use the Dhamma in daily life. That I think is the most important thing. Studying about one's teaching in isolation cannot be of much importance. Whatever we study must be useful in our daily life. And that's what precisely the Buddha taught. Buddha was not a historian. No, he was not. He taught things to the people as he went on from place to place. Whenever a problem arose in that particular area, the Buddha would deliver a sermon there. That means he helped to solve that problem there. Now here there are about 18 to 20 of you, and including me about 20, right? Each of us here have some problem. Some of us may have one problem. Some may be having more than one problem. Some problems more demanding than another problem. But I have no way of knowing what is that particular problem. The Buddha is like a doctor. You go to him with a problem. You see the people standing in front of the Buddha statue and then pouring all your problems to the Lord. Oh Lord. And the Lord listens to them. Because you feel the Lord listens to you, we go to the Lord and pour our problems. Sometimes we get a bit disappointed. How does the Lord speak to us? The Lord's teachings are in His books. And as you know, the teachings of the Lord Buddha are vast. For the Buddha was a teacher of gods and men. He was no ordinary teacher. He was a teacher of gods as well as men. His knowledge was supreme. And why do we turn to the Buddha? Because he was a compassionate person, a compassionate one, someone who was willing to listen to our sorrows, our miseries, our problems, our fears, our worries, our anxieties, our tensions, and so on. That is why we go to the Buddha. Then, secondly, he has the solutions to them. He has the explanations to them. And he is able to tell us how to overcome it. His teachings are passed through the Buddhist, the books and through the Buddhist monks. Those of us who can read the books, we are fortunate. What about those who can't read the books? Then they have to turn to the monks, tell them their problems, and listen to them. Right? Now, I have studied the teachings myself, and I must be honest, it has helped me a lot. And I am very sure it will also help everybody else who comes to the teaching with humility. I don't claim to know much, but whatever little I know, I can share with you. So instead of me telling you or giving you a sermon, it would be better if each of you put a question and then we will sit down here and try and see why the problem arose. See, we are living at a scientific age. First, let us identify the problem. Then let us look at the problem and analyze it, just like a motor mechanic will do. And then see what changes must take place. And then, number 4, let us do the necessary changes. So you see, a problem has to be sorted out. And with the grace of the Lord, lots of things can be done. I am actually a counselor at the Pemulihan Dada, the Drug Rehabilitation Center. So I am a counselor with the dead addicts. So counseling is part and parcel of my job, right? So before I continue, I must thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my little knowledge with you. We'll begin by this way. Any questions, please put up. I know, and any questions? Any problems? Don't put it as if it's your personal problem, because people are always shy. Put it as a general thing, like this. What happens if such a thing happens? Okay? You see, a man studying motor mechanics, he learns to see his things in a certain way. A man who's going to operate the body, he learns to see in a different way. Then you have the man who is interested in making money. He sees things in a different way. His mind operates differently. The man who is a banker, his mind works differently. The Buddha's mind works very different. His mind is different. He sees human weaknesses, human faults, human problems, human drives, human failings. And human failings all over are the same. Right? That's what he taught you. You are now taking the 8 precepts today. To abstain from this, to abstain from this, abstain from this, and so on. You know the 8 precepts we have. Not to steal, not to kill, not to do anything adulterous. Why? Okay. I'll wait here, otherwise I keep on talking. Spirits exist whether we like it or not. We must first accept that. There are many dimensions in this world. We belong to the 3-dimensional world. If you read the Buddha's teaching, there too some monks, when the Buddha told them, go and meditate, some monks ran back to the Buddha and told the Buddha, "O Lord, in this particular place, there are lots of spirits. They won't allow us to meditate in peace." The Lord told. What did the Lord tell the monks to do? Now, if you understand that, you will understand this. By understanding this one, the teaching of the Buddha there, we will understand the problem that we just heard. Spirits do. There are all kinds of spirits. There are good spirits. There are bad ones. Some spirits can be tamed. Some spirits cannot be tamed. Some spirits are friendly. Some are not friendly. There are all kinds of spirits. That is why people fear them so much. We do not know what they will do. Some of them can harm us. That's why people carry all sorts of talismans with them, all sorts of protections with them, which means it is real. Maybe we don't see with our own eyes, but it is there all the time. Sometimes some people see them, but most of the time we don't see them, but it is there. But let us remember one thing. You must understand this. Solutions are not so simple. When it comes to teaching, you must know one thing. When we turn to the Buddha's teaching, we don't look for miracles. That's the first thing we learn. We don't look for miracles. Today we are living in a world of science and technology. All you have to do is just that, and you get light in the house. Just that, you get spray, perfume all over the body. Just like that, car starts. And this one, just right, the ink flows. So everything is automatic today. So what happens, our mind is always looking for a ready-made solution. A tablet, okay, headache, Panadol. Stomachache, another pill. Nerves trouble, another pill. Cannot sleep, one more pill. This is what we call a pill-popping society. A pill-popping society. So when we come up with a problem like the spirit, again we are looking for a pill. But there is no pill for a spirit. That is where the trouble starts. Some people wear all kinds of yellow cloth and blue cloth. No use. You can wear the yellow cloth, but once you go to the graveyard, you're terrified. You're alone in a house, you're frightened. You're driving past a lonely road after dark, you're frightened again. You start looking at the mirror, anything sitting at the back as well. See? All kinds. You go into an empty house, you're very worried. The bigger the house, the more fear. So, but don't look for a pill. Don't look for a quick miracle. That is what my answer is. Don't look for. Some spirits are attracted to some people also, you must realize. You must study the world of spirits. Some are attracted to some people. Some are attracted to some places. People don't explain to you this one, because the world of spirits is always frightening. It is frightening because it's the unknown. A man may be very brave, he may be the Mr. Universe, but he might be frightened of the world of spirits. Now, there's only one way to overcome. By changing the lifestyle. That is what I have done. As a small boy, I used to be very frightened of spirits myself. I didn't know what is a spirit, but everybody says spirit, spirit. I used to think, I too was afraid. I was very frightened of spirits. I was very frightened of empty houses. I was afraid to sleep alone. I like to sleep with my mother all the time. But now, no more. Because you understand what it is all about. You understand what a spirit is. So the fear leaves you. It doesn't trouble you anymore. It doesn't frighten you. Once you have learned the Buddhist Dharma, and once you've learned to live your life according to the teachings, once we lead a life of morality, following the precepts in our daily life, the fear should not be there anymore. It will automatically leave us. And I know this particular point or problem which was raised, it's in so many millions of people's mind. Some cannot sleep. They dread sleeping. They have terrible dreams. Some, when I was in London, I remember I was a student in London, the European fellow used to wake up yelling on the top of his voice. Even in Europe, we have the same problem. I used to ask the fellow, hey, what are you yelling? I feel someone is choking me. Daytime, you can't spot it. He is very well dressed, with a rose in his pocket, an umbrella in his hand, so smart. Hey, this fellow was so frightened. So, first of all, the only way to remove this is there is no pill. There is no special thing which we can do. It automatically removes. No. We have to change our thinking, our lifestyle, our attitudes. That is the way. So the Buddha told the monk, go back to the place where you had the trouble and radiate, he said, loving kindness. Remember the Metta Sutta? Karaniya Metta Salihina Yantang Santang Padam Abhisamecha Sako Ujucha Sujucha Suachucha Samudu Anati Mahani. See that Metta Sutta, normally the monks chant it, right? That is a beautiful one, whereby you radiate loving kindness to them. Once they know that you are one who can radiate loving kindness, they become your friends. They protect you, they guard you, they save you. Then you don't have to be afraid. Why should you be afraid? Doesn't matter where you go. There's no need to fear. Whether you're passing through a graveyard or a dead body, is nothing after that. Because you have armed yourself with what? Spirits are not afraid of choppers, guns, because these cannot kill the spirit. But your arms is loving kindness. You radiate warmth to them. They're looking for it. Radiate to them. Don't be afraid. Fear is negative. Fear is negative. Loving kindness is positive. Radiate to them. Chant the Metta Sutta whenever you are free. Go to the place. Chant them. Recite the Metta Sutta daily in your life. And Dr. Wong has written this book on Metta Bhavana. Dr. Wong has written this Metta Bhavana, whereby where he has given simple prayers by which we can overcome this problem. See, may all beings be well and happy. See that? That is radiating loving kindness. Not, I alone must become rich. I alone must pass exams. I alone must buy the biggest house. I alone must have beautiful children. I alone must succeed in life. All my neighbors might fail. That is selfish. So a selfish person develops certain things. So, in the Buddha's teaching, may all beings be well and happy. See, you are praying for everybody. So when you become a person who wishes other people also to do well in life, that is true friendship. That is friendship. When we share something with others, when we give a helping hand to somebody else, when we can use a kind word for somebody else, this is the way we develop our personality. We develop our personality. Our inner personality is developed. What is happening now? The outer personality is developed. The inner personality is dwarfed, becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. So, lots of problems are created inside the mind. So this lady, for instance, if only she can sit down, practice a bit more loving kindness, become more friendly towards one and all, give up her negative attitudes, chant the Lord's name, I am very sure she will become a different person, a completely different person. Her fears are mainly in the mind. Fears are in the mind. It's not a physical ailment, it's in the mind. Therefore, she will be doing a great good if she can take to the Buddha's teaching. You can always ask her to speak to me in person if she is interested. Or she can, if she's shy, she can ring my telephone number 255 8097. I'll repeat, 255 8097. I'm at Damansara. So, this is the cure. You help yourself and your personality grows with it. That's what we mean by a good question. The Buddha always used to sit and discuss with the people. It was not just a lecture. It was not a lecture, and I've changed my attitude also. I prefer to discuss people's problems because every day I'm dealing with problems. Now, coming to the thing, he asked the question, is it verbal or is it non-verbal? Is it just chanting? As I said just now, we must first of all develop a good, friendly attitude to all beings. The Buddha showed it. He says, even to animals, he says, even to spirits we must learn to be friendly if we are going to make progress on the spiritual path. If we are going to make progress in the academic field, it's different. You just have to study the books, find out what questions are coming out in the examinations, answer the exams, okay, you get your progress. If you want to move up in the administrative ladder, office level, all you have to know is what your boss likes, what your boss doesn't like. You do all the things your boss likes, you get fast promotion. That's just trick, that side. Similarly, on that side, making money, you just have to know how to make it. How to make, and you make your money. Then you come to the world of the spiritual progress. We are all spiritual beings, not merely physical beings. We must understand that we are not just physical, not the body alone, not mind alone, but the spirit is also inside us. So, in the world of the spiritual, for our spiritual development, we must also do certain things which develop the spirit. Just like if you want to increase your biceps, you have to take your, dumbbells every day. Then you can see in the mirror the thing is developing, right? Similarly, our spiritual development. So we develop a good personality, friendly to one and all, in our hearts. Always wish good to everybody. Remember the echo? When you do good, you get back good. You get back the good. So this is the basic principle. It need not be verbal. It need not be verbal. In the earlier stages, maybe, or occasionally, certain parts of the day, we can say it verbally. But other times, you can radiate mentally. It is just as good. In fact, it's powerful. Once you have learned to do it mentally, it's more powerful. It's just like your TV station. See, right from somewhere is it, Kajang, there the radio transmitters are. And yet here you plug the thing into the point, you get the song. That means it's everywhere. The waves are everywhere, whether you're in Kuala Terengganu or Alostar or Penang or Johor Bahru. It's all moving about. All you need is a mechanism like that. Plug it into the electrical current, put it on the right meter band, pop, it gets it. Right meter band. Similarly here, we must tune our mind to that right meter band. That meter band whereby everybody becomes your friend. As I said, some people may not like it. It doesn't matter. They are difficult to tame people. Leave them alone. But you must at all times be a friend. Even the Buddha had enemies. It doesn't matter. We select a path and we go towards it. And then, when we are leading a good life for the benefit of one and the benefit of many, that is a rule. Not just for the benefit of myself alone, but for the benefit of all. Right? Then we are leading a path, then whether it's verbal or mental, immaterial, both have power. What are the conditions? This is the simple condition. Your attitude is your condition. That you wish them well-being. Otherwise, when we say it, it won't work. It won't work. But if we go on saying it every time over a period, we develop that friendly. And the spirits are no fools. They know us better. They are no fools, you know. They can read our mind better than we read them. That is why sometimes we call a monk to chant the house, hoping that he is a more pure person. Purity is power in the world of spirits. Purity is power in the world of spirits, not money, not muscle, not height, not weight, not looks, no. Purity is power. That is why we invite a monk to chant the house. Because we believe the monk is leading a moral life. A life which is for the benefit of everybody. A life where he doesn't commit offenses or sins. A life where he does not harm other people. So when we call a monk, it must be a monk living that type. Otherwise, not much. So we look for a monk of that nature, then the power is there. That's the monk's power. We too can develop that life. We too can. I have a friend here who wears just trousers and shirt. Very old trousers, all torn here. Very old shirt. I think about 10 years old shirt he has got. He doesn't iron. He doesn't have an iron. I think he's got 2 pairs of trousers bought 15 years ago. That's all he has. He doesn't have socks. Once, he went into a house. There he saw a girl. Now I'm coming to that first question. The girl was possessed by spirit. He did not know what type. So the people told him, "Sir, this girl is like this. What to do with this girl? Good young girl, possessed very badly." So my friend just turned to her and said, "Leave her alone." The spirit left her immediately. Only one word, if you or I tell, it won't leave. Only one, no need for leaves, no need for chanting, no need for groups, nothing. He just told that girl, "Please leave her alone." Immediately the girl was okay. The people were surprised. What happened? No bells ringing, nothing at all. He just left. Because the spirit knew who he was, how powerful, how pure he is. Although he's got only 2 shirts, 15-year-old shirts, but the spirit knew him. His house, no aircon, he has got no car, he has got no motorbike, nothing at all. Just a simpleton. But the trouble came. That part I think I don't have to tell. That's another story. It's a very powerful spirit. When he went back to the house, the spirit was there, waiting for him. See, that is a frightening part. So be careful. Now that part is not interesting, no need to tell it to here. There it was waiting for him because the master of the spirit had sent him there. He has a master. Oh, that was terrible. He told me all about it. He asked me not to say it, but I have not mentioned his name, so it's all right. I'll be seeing him 2 weeks from now. I intend to go and stay with him for a while. So there you are. Spirits are powerful, but if you are pure, as you said, what are the conditions? It's only a simple thing. You lead a simple life, a life which is for the benefit of everybody, a life which is for the benefit of everybody, following all the rules of morality. That's all. You too can have power like that. You don't have to wear anything else. He has hair just like you and I. Nothing is interested. They are terrified of you after that. So does that answer your question? You too may become such a person one day. These are questions I used to ask my friend. He and I have to, I don't know how many hours a day you listen. This particular friend I just told you, we used to sit and talk sometimes for 6, 7, 8 hours a day, almost daily. He was my closest friend. Whenever I asked a question, like the question which our friend just put it, he will tell me one way, "Why do you trouble your mind with all these things?" He will tell me, "Why do you trouble your mind with all these difficult problems? These are the metaphysics," he will say. "Things that we cannot see at this stage of development." It's like a child asking the mother, "Mom, I want that moon. I have been asking why the moon doesn't fall down." Mother said, "Son, the moon won't fall. Look, I cannot see any string attached to it. If I leave the stone here, it falls. Why doesn't the moon fall down?" A good question, but the child has got to go to a PhD level in science to understand how the various planets operate in the entire cosmos, how the powers affect. So if you tell a child doesn't understand, similarly, it is better for ourselves not to trouble ourselves with such metaphysics, but to concern ourselves with the daily things of life. That's what I do. I do that. And my friend also the same like me. Just that. I would That will help you a lot more, because otherwise you waste a lot of mental energy battling with faraway ideas. Do the simple things first. And as you grow, you yourself will begin to know. At this stage, I think it's not necessary for us. Even I wouldn't waste my time. Thank you. I will put the questions. All right. Why do you take the 8 precepts? Now I put the question. You do the answering. Why do you wear whites? Why do you sit on the floor? Why do you take the 8 precepts? Why is it you're going to take 1 meal a day? Why? Do you know the meaning of it all? Or you just follow a custom? The custom has a meaning. And do you know the meaning? So I put the questions for you. You may answer, you may not answer, but I want you to think about them. Religion is not something mysterious. It's a very logical thing. So that for everything that you are doing, there is a reason. Are you aware of the reason? Okay, who would like to answer?
No, the question I want to ask is regarding, say, if our minds are not peaceful and not calm, what shall we do? Sit down and meditate, or radiate kindness, or what sort of action shall we take?
Our friend answered the question pretty well. He said, I'll put it in a different way, that's all. Why he comes here for the 8 precepts? There are 2 types. In other words, we are seeing one more type of living here, one style of living. The 8 precepts is showing a style of life. A life based on simplicity, much control over the desire, cravings for sensual satisfactions, conveniences, and so on. That's what you're doing here. So right this morning, you're not going to waste time buying the greatest, the best TV, the best hi-fi, and the best this and best that. Not going to buy 10, 20 course meals, and you have to struggle by fair means and foul means to get for that makan. Maybe $50, maybe I have to cheat this man and that man to get that $50. And at the end of it, you just feel the same stomach. So you see, so in the outside world, we do all sorts of craving. We have all sorts of craving, and we do all sorts of things to acquire this type of radio, that type of hairdresser, this type of car, all this. All for what? Happiness, satisfaction, contentment. So here, on the 8 precept day, also we are trying to get satisfaction, happiness, contentment, peace of mind, and so on. And we try to show here too this lifestyle can also give you peace and happiness without having to go to that type and committing all sorts of sins every day to satisfy the little stomach that we carry with us. All for that only, isn't it? To make sure that you have $5,000 chair to sit down. I've got only a cement to sit down only. I'm also enjoying. There too you can enjoy. Here too you can enjoy. Here you don't have to commit sins. You don't have to torture your nerves. You don't have to suffer from anxiety. Will that fellow find out? Will my check bounce back or not? Or you have all kinds of problems in that world. So when that problem exists, how can there be peace of mind? Cannot. So the Buddha's teaching is basically to lead a simple life. So the 8 precepts is a day, is an occasion when we learn at least once a week or once a month that we can get peace of mind, we can get inner happiness, we can get contentment even by living a simple life. I have a friend, I told you this friend who could tell the spirit, just go and it will go. At least. Now, you know what kind of a house he lives in? I think you won't pay $30 to buy the house. I don't think you pay $30 to buy the house. People built for him. The other day I went over, the toilet all gone, so I told the people there, can you put the toilet back? I'll pay the money. So they did it, but they didn't take money from me. They refused. Yeah, just eat something. I asked him, what do you cook? Don't ask me the question. He's a university graduate, you know. He's not an ordinary man. Oh, he's a graduate. He's a powerful physics man. He's not an ordinary man. Got a very sharp mind. He can go through the book in no time. Oh, please. And he lives like that. Have a look at him and see whether he is happy. No Dunlopillow. His bed doesn't cost $20,000. I see some beds I cost 20,000. No bed. But look at his face. How peaceful he is. How cool and calm. He never complains. He doesn't run to a yellow robe monk or a Swamiji and say, oh, yo, my wife, my head, if he's a girl, my husband, my son problem, my daughter. No problems at all. So happy and contented. So, in the 8 precepts, we are showing us a simple life lived with control over the senses can produce peace and happiness. That's basically what you're trying to do now. That's what, but most people don't understand it. So, when we go back, don't stop the 8 precepts. So a lot of us come here, 8 precepts, finish at 6 o'clock, go home, back to no precepts. So cannot. Then of course, while you're here, you get peace. The moment after 6 p.m., no peace starts again. So that's the idea. It's all a way of life. Now I go to question number 2. Our friend there, gentleman there, asked a question. Your question was how to get peace of mind, and is it by meditation? Is it right? Right. The 8 precepts is the one that shows you a lifestyle, a simple lifestyle, which will produce peace. I'm sure you have more peace today in your mind than yesterday or tomorrow. Am I right? Correct. Because you are not so involved. What you are doing is checking your senses, 5, 1, 2, all the 6 senses. By controlling the 6 senses, you have peace of mind. Actually, I ran here. I tried to get my wife over the phone. I promised her I'll ring at 9 o'clock. I dialed today, my luck was no good. So I rushed back. My wife is overseas, I told her I'll call her at 9 o'clock. So I told Reverend, after the phone call, I will come. But international calls, sometimes you don't get through. I tried so many times, but then I cannot. I said, leave it alone. I must keep a promise. So I rush here. So you put it aside, doesn't matter. It is either please one lady or so many people. So many is more important. So I rush. After this, I'll go and make a call. Doesn't matter. So, peace of mind is not just through meditation alone. The lifestyle is important. I've asked this person I spoke to is a hermit actually. I've asked him the same question those days, 10 years ago. He always told me this thing. If we are living a life of all kinds of messed up ways, and then at 6 o'clock come and sit down for 10 minutes and close, how can you get peace of mind? Impossible, the hermit told me. It's not possible. So that is what a lot of people are running to one institution of meditation. This one no good. I want to try that style. After some time, no, these also no good. We'll try the other style. PJ, one more style, it seems. Oh, they go, oh no, the American has brought a new system. So they run that side. So they are forever running, never making progress. So he used to tell me, Mr. Lingam, he said, people are all the time running and running. Why can't they sit still for a while, he said. That's what both of us are doing now. All of us are doing. We're just sitting still and examining ourselves. This is called real Dhamma. Sitting down and examining our life is called real Dhamma. Dhamma is not something he used to tell me. Running here, there, putting all these big shoes. Oh, no. Sit down. Look at the Buddha, how cool and calm he is. No band, is he? He doesn't have the rock band with him yet. No rock band, no metal band also yet. He still got peace of mind. See, no earrings. So, he's trying to show, before we can meditate, or before we can achieve success in meditation, which is necessary, of course, very necessary, we must have a good lifestyle. First, check the lifestyle. Having checked the lifestyle, you also start meditating a little bit. Meditation is the way to calm this mind down. Calm the mind down, control the senses, make use of higher powers. These so many things happen during that time. Then, as our friend put it, we will get peace of mind. Definitely peace of mind. It's not a lie. We will enjoy great peace of mind and happiness and contentment. Somebody put another question. In your question, it is something like this. If the bad karma is ripening, how can we stop it, is it? None in this universe can stop it. None. None can stop an evil karma ripening. We can have, iron gates, crystal ball lights, half an inch thick carpet. Can put diamond earrings, crown over their head. Still no use. None can stop an evil karma ripening. That is the mysterious part of it. It will happen at the time it is supposed to happen. None can escape. Last week my friend was driving on to Klang. All of a sudden, he stopped the car, he leaned on the steering wheel, collapsed. He must have seen that in the dance teacher from Brickfields. He just died. The karma came at that time. He didn't say, when you go back home, after your meal, I will come. No, he doesn't care two hoots where you are. At that time comes, it will happen. That's why people die immediately, isn't it? At the wrong time, we say. Death comes any time, isn't it? It doesn't make an announcement. My friend, the hermit, always will say, does it tell you tomorrow you are going to die? No. Death never announces. Similarly, misfortunes don't announce. Is that right? Sometimes we send, we go on adventures, suddenly it becomes a misadventure. A bad karma is like that. We don't know what bad karmas we are carrying with us. Only as we go through life we will know it. A lady says, wow, this is the most handsome man I have found so far. tall, fair, handsome. It's going to be the best romance of the year. Hardly 3 days finish already. The bad karma is set in. The bad part has come out. Correct or wrong? So it is like that in many things. In many, many things. We cannot stop it. But there is one way we can do, says all the scriptures. We can reduce the intensity, the effect. I repeat, we can reduce the intensity or the effect of the bad karma. How? If we continuously do good. If we continuously do good, then the intensity is reduced to a large extent. If I may quote a certain monk, I attended this lecture some 15 years ago. We were doing something and the lady's dress caught fire. The light went off and it burnt a little bit. So everybody was upset, thinking it is a misfortune. On a day like this it should happen. Then the monk turned and said, no. Why not you interpret it in another way, he said. Probably some very bad karma was supposed to happen. It has been reduced to just a small burning. Because of your service to the temple, your religious life, a bad thing has been reduced to a small thing. Maybe how much it will cost you, $30, $40 dress, maybe, I don't know how much it is. Right? So that's what I mean by it can be reduced to a small thing. Some big thing is supposed to happen. Supposing you're driving along a highway, rushing through all the time. Maybe death is waiting, the big smash up. Halfway the policeman stops you, fines you $20 or something. Is it how the nature works? To slow you so that that bang doesn't come at that particular time. Nature is very smart, it works like that. But we don't know, we curse and we swear and get angry. Nature is helping you. You better pay $5 here than get your whole life smashed up in front. So it slows you down. The aim is to slow you down. So that is what, when we keep on doing good and good all the time, by doing good, we never lose. Our friends may call us fools, but we never lose. To be honest with you, I haven't had my breakfast yet. I rushed up because I wanted to keep an appointment. Two things, I didn't keep my breakfast, and my reverend said, do you want to have? I said, no. I didn't want to tell him anything. Because that will take another 15 minutes. If I'm going to wait for my wife's call, another half an hour. No, wait first. After all, you're also not eating much, so why shouldn't I? So we don't lose. Maybe I can put on 1 pound, probably. We put down, sorry. So, if we continuously do good, and good doesn't mean to any special day or special people. Make it part of our lifestyle. Part of our lifestyle. And then it becomes in our very nature. That is the aim. That is the aim for both the questions. Make it part and parcel of your life. Doing good is your part and parcel of your life. Being nice to people. My word, over a period you attract people. If I can give you an example, supposing, you don't mind if I take an example? He's a very handsome man. He wants to make himself more handsome. He goes for special, and the one hair lying here, and all that one, buying watch for $500, button $700, all the thing. But if he's a hot-tempered, foul mouth, will you go near to him? Will you go? The moment you see him, you run this side. Right or wrong? So he has spent $2,000 to dress the body up. And yet when you see him, oh, the guy is there, better run this side. So he It's not the clothes, but if it's a simple man like him, it's just whites, simple, no shoes, but you feel so nice to him. You want to talk to him. You want to be with him. So what is it attracting me? Your nature, your good nature. A person taking to the path of Dharma, serving the temple, helping the people. That is attracting. Is that right? So why do you waste time wearing expensive things and all those things? That's what the Buddha is teaching us. I'm teaching the Buddha's one in simple language. What I'm doing is taking the Buddha's teaching and putting it into everyday language. The same thing. I change it. You follow? So make it your daily lifestyle and our bad karmas will come down a bit. Definitely. Right? Good question. May I know your name, please? Eric. Now what Eric says is this one. Use every adversity as well, am I right? As an opportunity to practice the Dhamma. Like you're caught in a traffic jam. It's an opportunity to practice patience, tolerance. Because I'm a believer in that myself. That's what I understand you. Because I am also every day trying to improve myself. Sometimes falling down. Okay, next time get up again. You're like a child learning to walk. That's what I am. I make a mistake and I learn it. I should have done this way. I should have done it that way. So the traffic jam is cursing and swearing and spitting and yelling, shouting at the nearest lady in front of you. Be patient. It's an opportunity to practice patience. As you practice patience, coming back to our gentleman, greater peace of mind. Nobody can attain peace of mind without patience. Nobody can attain peace of mind without tolerance. So the traffic jam is an opportunity to practice tolerance as well. You can't get peace of mind without these things. That is why a few people say, why is it every day I'm trying to sit down at 5 o'clock in the morning but no peace? Cannot. You have no qualities, no ingredients. You're like trying to make a good curry without all the ingredients. Cannot be done. You need them. So as you said this now, it is a great opportunity that every time an adversity comes, put it this way, instead of crying, yelling and shouting, say to yourself, well, it could be my past. In fact, I spoke to a very senior monk, probably some of you know him. Again, we are very close friends. I hope to see him in 2 weeks' time. I had a private talk with him and he said, yes. I told him somebody's having problem. He said, very bad karma ripening, he said. I didn't tell him, I just kept quiet. Bad karma ripening, he said. What to do? Very bad karma, he said. He's a very advanced monk. So similarly, when a thing, first learn to accept it. Learn to accept. That means even though you have done all good and yet it turns bad, certainly you didn't cause it. Something that happens in our previous time. That's the meaning. So don't get angry. I went to 8 precepts. I went to serve dana to the monk. I put some money in the till. I chanted. Why bad for me? Not this time. Now you're good. But something that happened somewhere in the previous one, that is ripening now. So you just don't get angry, don't get annoyed, don't get upset, but understand this thing, accept the thing as what it is. Oh, some bad thing which I have done in the past is now ripening. And then tolerate it. Tolerate it and continue your good. Don't stop being good. Don't say, I went to the temple also still bad, I don't want to go. Don't. Then you create more problems. So if you go along that way, it's a practical way. That's a good point. Similarly at home, You've taken so much of care to cook a nice meal. The husband comes from the office. The damn thing is nowhere compared to Ming court food, like he says. That's his way of finding fault with you. But you have done yours. So what do you do then? Be patient and tolerant, and you can tame him. People don't know how to tame somebody else. You can tame. The Buddha is a tamer of men. He can tame all types of people. If we know the teachings, we can tame lions also. If you have any problems with Dada, if either your neighbors or somebody whom you know, and if they want to know, you can always ask. Call my number, as I said. You can either meet me in private, because many parents are shy. Number two, or you can just ring me over the telephone. You don't have to give me your name. Don't have to tell me who you are. I will still listen to you. So I do this no name. Don't have to give me your name, your address, where you are, whether you know me, no need. You just tell me I have a problem. You just give some false name. I am Michael here. I've got a problem to discuss with you. Finished. That's enough. But we are interested in the problem and the solution, not the person. We try and save the person's face. So if there is any problem with Dada, sometimes it could be in the early stages. Sometimes in the early stages it's very difficult to detect. Extremely difficult to detect. So you are welcome to call me, and I can tell you all the things that take place in a drug addict's head. And we will put our heads together and see how we can help the person. So that I hope you'll ring me up on that point. And with this, I must say thank you for giving me an opportunity to share my little knowledge with you. Right? Thank you very much.